When my girlfriend, Emily, casually dropped that line on a Tuesday night, I almost laughed. She was leaning against the kitchen counter, sipping her wine, acting like she was asking me to pass the salt, not announcing that she and her friends were going to occupy my family's lake house for the weekend. Don't be weird? I repeated, raising an eyebrow. Emily, it's my lake house. Shouldn't we at least talk about it? She gave me the kind of eye roll she usually reserved for waiters who didn't top off her glass quickly enough. Relax. My friends and I need a girls' weekend. You can survive a couple of days without tagging along. The way she said it stung. For months, I'd been the one paying our bills, fixing her car, even letting her move into my apartment rent-free until she got on her feet. I had been patient with her late nights, her short temper, and her constant little emergencies that always seemed to involve my credit card. And now, suddenly, I was a landlord being told not to be weird about my own property. I forced a smile and nodded, but something inside me twisted. Emily was secretive with her phone all week, too. Every time I walked into the room, she tilted her screen away, typing fast and deleting conversations before I could even glance over. When I asked who exactly was going, she waved me off with a casual, "Just the girls, babe. Don't worry about it." I should have trusted my gut right then. But instead, I played along. I acted like the supportive boyfriend, kissed her cheek, and told her to have fun. Inside, though, I was already making a plan. By Friday morning, Emily was buzzing with excitement. She packed her weekend bag, kissed me goodbye at the door, and tossed the keys to her friend waiting in the car. She thought I was staying home working overtime, drowning in spreadsheets and emails. She thought I wouldn't even notice she was gone. What she didn't know was that months ago, after a minor break-in scare, I had installed a discreet set of security cameras around the lake house. A couple outside, one in the living room, and one angled toward the dock. I rarely checked them, but that weekend, I had every intention of watching. That night, I opened the app on my phone and pulled up the live feed. At first, I didn't know what I was looking at. The driveway was filled with cars I didn't recognize. The living room camera showed 4 people hauling in coolers and bags. My heart dropped when I saw Emily, not surrounded by girlfriends, but with 3 guys I had never seen before. I froze. Emily was laughing, tossing her hair back, carrying bottles of liquor like she owned the place. One of the guys smacked her on the backside as they walked through the door. She didn't flinch, didn't correct him, she laughed and leaned into him. I couldn't breathe. My stomach churned as I kept watching. They cranked up music, stripped down to swimsuits, and were out on the dock within an hour. Emily sat on the lap of the same guy, who had touched her, sipping beer while he wrapped his arms around her waist. Another guy jumped into the water, and she cheered, blowing him kisses. They were swimming, drinking, and making out in plain view of my cameras, using my house, my boat, my bed. That was the moment something inside me snapped. But I didn't storm up there. I didn't call her. I didn't even text. Instead, I let them dig their own graves. The next day, I spent hours gathering proof. I took screenshots from every angle, clipped videos where she kissed him, zoomed in on her dancing on the dock with her hands all over another guy. I even recorded the audio of her drunkenly shouting about how this place is so perfect for a party and how my boyfriend will never know. By Sunday, I was sitting on a mountain of evidence. Around noon, Emily texted me, headed home. "Thanks again for the lake house, babe. Don't be weird when you see a few empty bottles." My hands trembled as I read it. Don't be weird. I didn't reply. Emily arrived back at my apartment that evening like nothing had happened. She strolled in with her weekend bag slung over her shoulder, kissed me on the cheek, and acted like she'd been on a yoga retreat with friends. She dropped onto the couch, scrolling her phone, humming, looking completely at ease. I stayed silent, watching her. Finally, she looked up. "What's wrong?" I pulled out my phone, opened the camera feed, and tapped play. On the screen, Emily appeared, laughing, wearing her bikini, sitting on some guy's lap while he kissed her neck. The audio was loud enough that she could hear her own voice, slurred from alcohol, shouting, "My boyfriend is clueless, this is our weekend." Her face went pale. Wait, I can explain, she stammered, eyes wide. I cut her off, my voice cold. Explain how you lied? Or how you turned my house into a frat party? Or how you let 3 random guys do whatever they wanted under my roof? She started crying, the tears coming fast. She grabbed at my arm, begged me to listen. She said it didn't mean anything, that she was drunk, that she didn't even know those guys that well. Her excuses tumbled out, each one weaker than the last. But I had already made up my mind. I stood up, walked into the bedroom, and came back with a box I had packed while she was gone. Inside were her clothes, her makeup bag, and the things she had slowly scattered throughout my apartment. I dropped it at her feet. "You need to leave," I said flatly. She gasped, like she couldn't believe I meant it. "You're dumping me? Over this? After everything I've done for you?" That line almost made me laugh. Everything she'd done for me? "You're lucky I don't call the cops for trespassing," I said. "Now get out." Her tears turned into anger. She cursed at me, accused me of spying, told me I'd regret this. But she packed her things and stormed out, slamming the door so hard the picture frames rattled. I stood there for a long time, just breathing. For the first time in months, maybe years, I felt calm. The next week, I called a realtor and put the lake house on the market. It wasn't easy, my parents had passed it down to me, and I had spent countless summers there as a kid. But after what Emily did, the place felt poisoned. It wasn't a sanctuary anymore, it was a reminder of betrayal. When Emily found out, she went ballistic. She called me over and over, left angry voicemails, even showed up at my work once, screaming that I was ruining her favorite place. I told her calmly, "Exactly. And thanks to you, it'll help me pay for something better." Her eyes widened, like she couldn't comprehend losing both me and the house in one blow. "You're dumping me, and selling the house?" she whispered, voice cracking. "Yep," I said, handing her the last box of her belongings. "And don't worry, I won't be weird about it." She left for good after that. Months later, after the sale was finalized, the man who bought the lake house messaged me. He said he planned to propose to his girlfriend there during their first summer, that the place was perfect for starting a family. I smiled at the message. At least one couple would make better memories there than I ever did. And as for me? I didn't just lose Emily. I lost the weight of her lies, her manipulation, her entitlement. Selling the lake house wasn't just about money, it was about starting fresh. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't shouting, or fighting, or even catching someone red-handed. Sometimes, the best revenge is walking away with your dignity intact, and letting them drown in the mess they created without you. I haven't looked back since.